What's up, movie and TV fans? I'm the movie guru, and this is the official countdown to the Beacon 23 series coming on MGM Plus. Now, I'm really excited about this show. It looks like a really cool new sci fi thriller show that's pretty much starring Lena Headey and Stephen James. Now, I was blessed and able to do an interview with the executive producer of the show. You guys can check that out on my YouTube page, and where we did some great talking about the show. And so right now, what I want to do is I just want to go over a couple of things on the show and kind of let y'all know why I think it's so great, why it's going to be a good series, and what is Beacon 23. We can look at the trailer. We can break down some details and try to figure out what is the thriller and the mystery of this show. And so, and last year, MGM picked up Beacon 23, and they're pretty much putting it out this year. And it looks like, I love the sci fi genre. I like the mysteries and thrillers and things like that. And it's also Lena Headley's first show back from since Game of Thrones. And so, she definitely brought the pain as Cersei in the Game of Thrones, and then they're partnering her with the up and coming Stephen James, who plays Halan, and also a solid cast of other people. I mean, Stephen Root, if you are familiar with him, he does a lot of great character roles. And Eric Lane, I've seen him in a couple of the films, and then also Mark Mensha, who I found out is Lena Headey's husband, and so he's in the show as well. And so it looks like it's going to be a really good sci-fi show. And right now, there really hasn't been a lot of other ones. I mean, there is like the other shows like The Expanse, Battlestar Galactica. This really gives the Farscape, Firefly vibes. And those are some of my favorite shows from the past. And I'm really happy to see them kind of bringing that back today. Now, take a look at the trailer. If you guys haven't seen it, we can sit here and we can watch the trailer and sort of break it down.
If you don't know about
And I posted some scenes and some exclusive clips on my page, and I'll go over them as well today. Let's see.
Hey, it's okay.
What happened?
Your ship just crashed. You're on a beacon.
It's a pretty sweet view to wake up to.
Don't know where you were going, but if you need help getting back.
This is where I was going, Beacon 23.
What are you doing here?
I just need access to any
No.
data. No? Something wrong. The Beacon-keeper is uncooperative and hostile. He's hiding something.
There's something here, something valuable.
Don't you think we should try and cooperate?
There is no we, because I don't trust you.
We don't have much of a choice now, do we? We could do this together as a team.
What happened to your ship was an accident.
Was it? I think it's all connected. You were meant to come here. So was I.
Boy.
Man, so I mean, it looks good. It looks really good to me. I mean, I like these type of shows. Just looking at the vastness of the universe they created, world of space, and I mean the high intensity of all type of stuff going on, shootings. It looks like some sort of uh, alien technology. It looks like you know uh, just everything that you could think of. If you're familiar with Firefly, look like there's Marauders. It looks like there's the Outer Rim. It looks like just a good space drama. Definitely gives that Star Trek vibes. Definitely gives a lot of those deep space vibes. And so trying to figure out who the show is about. Like, is the show about Lena Headey or is the show about Stephen James? Now, Headey plays Aster, and Stephen James plays Halan. And so the breakdown of the show is it takes place in the farthest reaches of space of the Milky Way and follows Aster, who is a government agent, and Halan, who is a stoic ex-military man whose fates become entangled after they find themselves trapped together in one of the many beacons that serve as a lighthouse for these intergalactic travelers. Every beacon is run by one highly trained human and specialized artificial intelligence. Now, Aster mysteriously finds her way to the lonely beacon keeper. Now, what we just heard in the clip, she said, was meant to come here. You was meant to come here. So there's some sort of divine power that's taking place that we don't really know about, that I'm guessing they're going to break down on the show. Now, Halan, who's Stephen James, begins to question whether Aster is friend or foe, and as her ability to disguise her agenda and motives could make her a formidable opponent. So it looks like they got this whole, it's Game of Thrones in space, y'all. That's pretty much what it is. And I'm here for all of it. I'm definitely here from all of it. And so, but let's see, they got some different photos here. Let's see if we can find something going on in the photos from the show. So this looks like the beacon. I can't get it full screen, but it looks like that's the beacon in the background. And looks like they're sort of fading away. So what does that mean, right? Does that mean that there's some sort of whatever that glowy rock was? Is that something that like is like a nuclear, is that something that could destroy the universe? Like what is that? Um Now, the good thing about this show is it looks like it says 16 episodes, right? So if you go to the episode breakdown, where did I see the episodes at? If you go to episode breakdown, this is it. If you go to episode breakdown, it looks like it starts on November 12th. And so it looks like it's starting with first season one, episode one, Corbinic Records. Why can't we go on as three? God in the Machine, Rocky, Beacon 23, in transmission, and it says, guessing this is the season finale. But then there's 8 more episodes. So it looks like there's going to be, or there is a season 2 already. So season 2, episode 1, and it just doesn't break down the description. But um, it looks like it is definitely going to be around for a while. Now, this was already on Spectrum, I believe. And so Spectrum is a small network that I believe is in the Midwest. And so MGM picked this up from them. And so they're just putting out the first 8 episodes, and then I guess they're going to already have a season 2. So this is going to be around for a while. And so I'm starting to pick up, information and starting to follow it. And they're starting to talk about it more. And I think I'm really going to tune in on November 12th and check this out. And I think everybody should as well. So let's see what else we got about Beacon 23. So I mean, what is going to happen to the cast, right? What's going to happen to the guy Halan? What will Aster do with what will any of them do with those glowy rocks? Who is that we see boarding the ship? Um, what happened to the original Beacon lighthouse keeper? What is Halan doing there? And more importantly, what is Aster doing there? So it looks like it's going to be a lot of information around this show. And so I got some clips that I want to play that sort of give us some more information in trying to figure out, what this is. So let me see. Let me bring it up. So this is a clip. This is a clip from the first episode. Man, so I mean, they bring the drama. I mean, it looks like there's something going on. Apparently, he's being held hostage, right? She's trying to, be extend the olive branch and maybe get some information from him. Like I said, the description said they're at a battle of wits, right? They don't know. He doesn't know who she is. She didn't know who he is. She doesn't know why he's there. He doesn't know why she's there. I don't think anybody was supposed to be there when he was there. So it seems like they're there together and they're trying to figure out what is going on. On the trailer, we saw some sort of, artifacts or some sort of glowy rock type things, and we don't know what that is. If that's like a currency, if they're doing, like a, is that some sort of energy? Is that like a nuclear device or something that could pretty much change the science in the universe? And so I guess we're gonna find out as the season continues. And so that was season one, episode one, and there's some other clips here as well. And so I'm gonna get into those clips as well. So here's another clip. Now this clip is another exclusive clip. This is from season two, episode one.
Bart, tell him to back off.
Do you want to reconsider suffocating them?
Bart, you're being given direct orders.
Yes, of course. Attention! This is your last warning to vacate this.
I'm in.
Bart. Bart, answer me.
Aster, I don't believe he can.
I'll try to interface with him.
Bart? Bartholomew. Bart. Can you hear me? Listen to the sound of my voice.
Man, so in that clip, we see a little bit more of the technology. Looks like that, they're being, I guess, boarded, right, against their will. They've got some, it could be mercenaries, could be, some outer rim pirates that seem to be boarding the ship. Could they be looking for whatever that artifact was or whatever that glowy rock is? And it looks like they're trying to take it by force. And it looks like there's some sort of AI system. We see some sort of technology. We don't know what type of system that is or what it is, but they're always talking to us. So that's why I made the Farscape comparisons. If you're not familiar with Farscape, Farscape was sci-fi show that took place on a ship, and the ship was like a living ship. And so they talked to the ship a lot, and they really didn't leave the ship. Things came on the ship. They did leave a little bit, but and then pretty much had to defend the ship from on the ship using the ship, right? And that's kind of what it reminds me of. If any Farscape fans are out there, and then also Firefly as well, right? Where you've got a group of people and they're going around in the galaxy and they're fighting different pirates, marauders, or outer ring reavers, I think they called them. And so that's possibly what could be going on here. And it seems to be some sort of AI system, but he was compromised. And then we get to see like a little bit of like the inner workings of the AI system. So that was cool. I love the tech shows, love the sci-fi part of it. So that was from season one, episode two. Now, when the series does come out, they are releasing the first two episodes. So it's going to be episode one, episode two at the same time. And I don't know. I think after that, it's probably going to be one episode a week. We'll have to actually see them. So this is another scene from episode two.
Battle? Big face? There's someone in the airlock.
Easy.
I get this door open.
Your wish is my command.
Easy now. Look.
Enough.
He's military is what he is. Why you locked up, soldier?
Now you wait till ISA shows up and you'll find out.
Big face eats a lot of protein here.
If you're satisfied with med kits and pillows, then be my guest. Throw me on the fire.
And what if we're not satisfied?
You got a safe full of Cubans at the other end of the beacon. You gotta get through 5 hatches to get there. It'll take you hours. ISA will be here by then. Now me, on the other hand, I can get up there in 5 minutes. Open the whole thing up.
What do you get out of the bargain?
That spit bubble won't get you anywhere.
I don't need to be anywhere, just not here.
That's what I'm talking about. Stephan James bringing the heat. And so, yeah, as you see, there's a lot going on. Apparently, he is a part of the lighthouse. He's not a part of the lighthouse. We don't know. We got to find out. There's a lot of weird things going on. Where's Lena Headey in that scene? What's going on with the AI? So this is, something I really like. This is definitely a good sci-fi show if you're into that sort of thing. So this is definitely going to be top of my list when it comes out on November 12th. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I did get a chance to interview the executive producer of the show. And so I just wanted to go over that interview and break it down, some of the things that he said about the show, some of the things that we can expect from the show. TV movie fans, I am the movie guru, and today I am very much enlightened with light from the executive producer of The Beacon, Glenn Marza. Please help me welcome him to the show. How are you today?
Hi, thanks for having me.
Beacon 23 is a new show coming out, and it stars Lena Headey, who plays Aster from Game of Thrones, and Stephan James, who plays Halan from If Beale Street Could Talk. Now, Beacon 23 is a drama, mystery, sci-fi, and psychological thriller, as well as a love story. And so one thing I noticed is that, of course, it takes place in space, and the shots and the scenes of the space and the universe was so great. Can you talk about how you and your team built the environment for a show like this?
Well, that's a great question. So I joined the show after production had begun, right? So the show was created by Zach Penn, who wrote Avengers and Ready Player One, and and I think the show was designed. So the show takes place in a lighthouse on the edge of the galaxy. So it was very important to kind of make it feel like a cylinder, have that spiral staircase, going through, and they built this set that took up a couple of different stages.
Wow.
Because you can obviously build it. So they built it in sections, and then as people are running, sometimes you cut to another set or something like that. And it's gorgeous. There it is. The first time I walked through it, it was just like, wow, this is incredible. And it really just felt like, it felt a little claustrophobic. It felt like, imagine being in a submarine. It felt like being on a space station, I guess. Obviously, I've never been on one, but, and there was just a lot of the thought put into the lighting, the screens, how they lived, where they would cook, all of that stuff. That all makes sense. So they really created a world and paid a lot of attention to it and really, put their money on screen.
They did. And I think that's just because in a lighthouse, you do a lot of observing outwards. And that's really what
Yes.
they did. Like if you watch season 1 and watch some of the episodes, they spend a lot of time just looking at the stars. And that's why I was saying, like, this universe that you guys built, it just is so, you get that feeling of being so small, something so big, and it's so vast.
Yes. Yes.
I really enjoyed it. And so
Thank you.
another question I want to ask is, the plot and premise are definitely unique. But was there any other shows that might be similar to Beacon that might have got some inspiration from, like maybe like Farscape or Firefly, or even the legendary Star Trek.
Well, listen, I'm a huge Star Trek fan, right? So I love Star Trek. But the thing that we were really careful about is that a lot of Star Wars, Star Trek, Foundation, and Battlestar Galactica, a lot of these shows revolve around wars,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
That's not this show. This show is about, people are living out there on the edge of the galaxy. Now there's stuff going on. There's people coming to see them.
Yep.
There's
The
a
soldiers,
universe.
mercenaries. Yeah.
Yeah, there's stuff going on around them. Yes, and they're trying to get their piece where they are in that story. But this is not about, this is about two characters who are broken,
Hmm.
who are trying to figure each other out. They're trying to put themselves back together. They can't stand each other, but they need each other to survive. So it's a character drama. So we were very careful to make it feel to honor other shows. Obviously, 2001: Space Odyssey was a big influence. Um, um, The Expanse was a big influence, but we really wanted to make our own show. We wanted to kind of say, okay, these are what other shows do. Now, how do we do our show? So this should feel more like, a kitchen drama. This should feel more like people arguing around the kitchen table. That's I think where, the show. It's about the characters.
Okay. Yeah. And so I think
Yeah.
that's great, and I think that really shows. I mean, because the Lena and Stephen James did a great job of just bringing their characters to life, and the way they talk to each other, the dynamics, right? I think that was really good.
Hmm.
Now,
Great. Thank you.
what episode do you think that people should look forward to in season one? Or I guess I should say,
Oh,
what's your favorite episode? That's what I should say. What's your favorite episode of season one?
you know what? They're all so different. That's the thing. They're all so, I spent a lot of time editing those episodes. And plus, they all have, a lot of visual effects. The music is done by the composers of Game of Thrones. They add a lot. The sound. So that's like asking me, you have
Yeah.
8 kids. Which is your favorite? I can't do that,
Okay.
man.
And
I
how
can't.
many episodes can we expect this season?
8.
Eight episodes. Okay, great, great. All right. Well,
Yeah, and I think they all drive to like a really cool ending where people are gonna see a story come together and they're gonna want more. So I really hope people go on the ride because it's a lot of fun. It was
well,
fun to make.
there's a lot of buzz about it. People are highly anticipating it, so I think there will be, and I think they really will like it. Well, it's been great talking to you, and so everyone out there, Beacon 23 premieres on November 12th on MGM Plus. Definitely is a show to check out. Thank you, Glenn. It's been a great talking to you, and we'll see you in
Thank
premiere
you.
of season one. Man, so that was a really good interview with the executive producer from the show, and so they're doing a lot of press about it. I mean, they're really putting the show out there to get some good viewership on it, and because I think it's worth it. I think it's going to be a solid show. You see these shows that be like, it's okay. Shows like the 100 that's like a sci-fi show. Season one was really good, and the rest of the seasons fell apart. I think they understand the difference, and they're going to make it consistent with being just an overall good show. And so some of the information I got for season one, episode one, it starts on the outskirts of space. Beacon 23 is operated by one man. This man is Stephen James. Now it says the job is lonely but simple, and he helps spaceships navigate the hazards of space through and around dark matter. That's crazy. It says the job becomes complicated when an unexpected visitor exposes a dark hidden secret of the beacon, which I'm guessing that's Lena Headey's character. Now, episode two, which is also coming out on November 12th, follows up on the heels of Aster, Lena Headey's character, and she discovers her discovery. So she finds something on the ship. Then it says wreckers force their way on board. So that's what we saw take Halan hostage. That's what we seen, sort of looking for something. It says they're looking to steal a special prize. The wreckers have been told this beacon is carrying something special, but the question is, how do they know? Right? How do they all find out? Where's this information? Who's leaking this information? And Aster's only hope for survival is to find common ground with the enemy, and that is Stephan James Halen's character. So that's why we saw in that other clip, she was sort of trying to work with him and find out what she needs to find out to get what I'm guessing is that artifact of that glowy rock. So, like I said, my questions are: what will happen to Halan, Stephan James' character? What will anybody do with the samples of the artifacts? Is that the dark matter? Who is boarding the ship? Who are they? We know they're mercenaries or wreckers, but who are they? It looks like a woman. There was a woman. There was looked like a teenager, a kid, and looked like some other thugs. So who are those guys? And why does you know Aster care so much about the dark matter? And more importantly, what is she doing there? So there's a lot of questions that we want to find out. And so I'm going to be tuned into episode 1. I don't think I could do like a live watch or whatever, but of course, would love to talk to you guys about the show in the comments. Let me know if you guys are highly anticipating this show. What are your thoughts about what will happen with the questions I just asked? And just overall, let me know what you guys think of the show when it comes out. I'll probably do a breakdown of the first episode and a couple other episodes, and just try to touch on, what the mystery is instead of doing like breakdowns and explanations. But I'm the movie guru, of course. I love talking about movies, and I hope you do too. And of course, I would love to talk about you guys down in the comments. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.